The Void is back in set 16, so in this video we'll be showing you how to play it, when you should play it, and all the best items and augments to look out for. So of course this comp is built around the Void traits with Kai'Sa, Rift Herald and Baron Nashor as our three main carries. They'll also be accompanied by the other Void units in Kog'Maw, Malzahar, Cho'Gath, Rek'Sai and Bel'Veth. And then you can fit in any other strong champion like Swain, Volibear or Wukong for extra frontline. However, all of those three main carries we mentioned earlier need to be unlocked, so let's quickly go over how to get them. Kai'Sa needs you to be level 8 and have 3 items on any long shot unit, so by playing the long shot unit Kog'Maw as your item holder, this shouldn't be much of an issue. For Rift Herald you'll need to play at least 2 Void on your board for a total of 8 player combats, so make sure you get Void in early during stage 2 if you want to play this comp. Then there's the really tricky part, being your late game carry Baron Nashor, and to get him unlocked you need to reach level 10 with 7 Void units on your board. So when should you look to play towards Void? Well, first and foremost, an early Void opener is key as you want it in nice and early to start unlocking that Rift Herald. The other main indicators are encounters that give you extra gold like Scuttle Puddle or gold subscription, and experience or gold based augments to help you reach level 10, as without these, this is going to be much more difficult. So keep an eye out for augments like Level Up, Slam In or Win Out, which instantly sends you to level 10 once you hit level 9. Another augment that can be a great sign to play into this comp is the Void specific augment Evolve and Overcome, which gives you a Cog and a Cho'Gath as well as 2 experience every 4 enemies that mutated Void allies take down. Which brings us to the mutated Void items, which you get access to at 2, 4 and 6 Void. You'll always want to place these on your itemized units or late game carries, and to swap them around simply just bench your units and put them back on your board. Let's get into the game plan then, and as early as stage 2 you want to try and have Void activated so you can work towards unlocking Rift Herald. Make sure you focus on those econ augments on stage 2-1, and if you didn't hit one but still want to play Void, pray for one at stage 3-2 or an augment that gives you more gold at 4-2 like Money Monsoon. During the early game you can build Kai'Sa's items and put them on Kog'Maw. Now Kai'Sa changes based on if she's AP or AD, so she is pretty flexible. However, we prefer the attack speed AP build with a mix of utility with Rageblade, Red Buff and Void Staff. You can also start slamming melee AD items like BT, Hodge and Sterak's onto Rek'Sai ready for Baron Nashor later on. These AD items can also move onto Bel'Veth once you find her before you get Baron. Speaking of Bel'Veth, she can also be a great additional carry if you have extra components to build as well. Any tank items early on can go onto Cho'Gath ready for Rift Herald once you unlock him later, and we prefer those big beefy items like Warmogs and Redemption alongside Even Shroud to provide Sunder. But realistically any tank items will be fine, including Sunfire if you don't have anti-heal on your Kai'Sa. Now Void can be pretty strong during the early stages, so aim to slam items and play towards a win streak, because later on into the game you're going to want as much health as possible as you aim to push towards level 10 to complete your board. If you manage to build an upgraded board with 2 or 4 Void activated and some strong items to slam, stage 2 should be a breeze. In the mid to late game you want to continue building up your board and slot in more Void units to get more mutated items. We don't really want to be rolling any of our gold during this stage as we need as much as possible to reach those higher levels later on. Then once you reach level 8 during stage 4, here you can unlock and play your Kai'Sa and Rift Herald and move your items and mutations straight onto them. You can also itemize Bel'Veth with your Baron Nashor items, and if you 2-star these 3 forecasts without rolling too much, you'll be more than stable enough to start aiming and chasing level 10. This is the hardest part of playing this comp though, because you simply cannot spend all your money upgrading your forecast units, as getting to level 10 is extremely important, as this is where you bring in Baron and activate 9 Void. Remember that Baron Nashor also takes up 2 unit slots though, so you'll be playing 9 units at level 10. If you already know you won't make it to level 10, instead you might want to fight for a top 4 spot instead, with the priority being a fully upgraded and itemized Kai'Sa, Bel'Veth and Rift Herald. That being said, if you can get to level 10 with a 2-starred board including Baron Nashor, as long as you have the right items, you are going to be extremely hard to beat. Finally, let's have a quick look at positioning, and we're going to want to play both our long shot units in the corners as they deal more damage the further away they are from their enemies, with Kai'Sa taking the corner spot behind your meaty frontline so she's nice and protected. Speaking of your frontline, place your Rift Herald on the far side in front of Kai'Sa with Baron Nashor next to Shelly to benefit from the Sunder. Then place Bel'Veth behind them as she has some extra range, and aside from that simply spread out the rest of your units. And that covers how to play our Unleash the Void comp in set 16. Thanks for watching guys, we hope this video helped, and good luck and have fun.